Hello and welcome to the introduction to the new Party Animal stamp set, Party Animal dies, and Party Animal stencil pack. The Party Animal stamp set coordinates with the die set. There's a large Party Animal sentiment there. There's wishing you an excellent birthday. There's a hooray speech bubble, a little confetti. Hey there, Party Animal, happy birthday. And that can be stamped and then die cut with these little sentiment strips. So you stamp it all in one, die cut it, and it gives you a bunch of separate little sentiment strips. On the back of the packaging, it kind of shows you the idea of the big Party Animal sentiment and all the individual speech bubbles. So as far as the dies, like I said, you could stamp that big Party Animal, which I stamped here in black, onto white cardstock, die cut it, and this is what it's going to look like. I love that font. And then now the big balloon animal, which you stencil, and then you can also die cut it here, which is what I did out of, I think I used ballet slipper. And then for all these little sentiments, hey there, Party Animal, happy birthday, you stamp it all in one shebang, die cut it all in one shebang, and then you get all these individual little sentiments that you can put together or use, you use them individually how you see fit. There's the speech bubble that coordinates with the hooray stamp. Right here, you can stamp the hooray and then die cut it. Or you could use the yay and the speech bubble together, and that gives you this cute little die cut yay speech bubble. Really, really adorable. And then now for the Party Animals stencil pack. There are 5 stencils in the pack. The back of the packaging shows you the 2 different designs that you could create. A large balloon animal or a whole background of smaller balloon animals. So I'll show you here. 3 of the stencils are dedicated to the smaller balloon animal background, and then 2 of the stencils create the large balloon animal. These stencils, I don't know if you can see, but they are etched, so you can really easily line up the balloon animal. You see how it comes together and such. Okay, so here's the 3, and I'm going to stencil these to show you how it all comes together. They're labeled 1A, 1B, and 1C. They also have registration marks, so you know how to line up your panel if you use an A2 4¼ by 5½ inch panel of cardstock. So I have a white cardstock panel here, held down with some Post-it tape. I'm going in with the first stencil using grapefruit ink. I'm going to do the whole entire design with grapefruit ink. You could really customize this to get different color combinations, but I'm going for something very light and subtle. Kind of leans towards a little girl's birthday. Not necessarily, because I just like that light and soft, subtle feel. So I did the whole first stencil with that grapefruit, and then I line up the second stencil. I'm going to go back in with grapefruit again. It kind of does, you don't really see what you're putting together here because they're balloon animals. It'll start to come together in a minute. But at first you might be like, what am I doing? It looks like jelly beans. I don't even know, but it does come together. And then I did create a project that I'll show you at the end where I did every little balloon animal its own color. So I made like rainbow balloon animals. But for the demonstration, I'm just showing you how easy it is to make an entire background using one color. So you can get a lot of different looks depending on your color customization. Okay, stencil 3, and this is all there is. Very easy. Again with grapefruit. I like to use a larger blender brush when I'm covering an entire panel. It's easier. Minimal effort is what it's all about. But I will say the smaller brushes are good for getting in the small little areas. So there you have it. Can you see these cutie patootie little balloon animals all over your panel? And it's soft and subtle with that grapefruit blended on white cardstock. I'm going to do one more and show you the jumbo. So you have the 2A and the 2B. Now these ones are kind of unique because what you're going to do is you're going to line it up with the registration marks. And there's one balloon animal up at the top left and another balloon animal down on the bottom right. So you're actually blending 2 different balloon animals. I'm going to do the top one out of honeysuckle and then do the bottom one out of grapefruit. So what you're going to do is blend with the first stencil And I'm using a smaller brush now because I don't have to cover an entire panel. And then once you blend that, what you're going to do is you're going to rotate it. So the two different stencils get blended 4 times because you're rotating. So once I finish here blending this with grapefruit, I'm going to rotate it. And you just line it up with those registration marks and just trust that Concord and 9th knows what they're doing. And they do every time. I don't know. They've got a thing with the turnabout system. They know how to turn these things around and line it up, and just they did all the thinking for you. And then in the end, it looks like you know what you're doing. And you and I both know. Ha! We do not. But hey, fake it till you make it. Here we are blending the bottom balloon animal. I guess, would this be a dog? Okay, I'm putting on the next stencil. I'm going to stay with the same colors, honeysuckle and grapefruit, lining it up with the registration marks. You can kind of see how it's starting to come together. There's also some little confetti on the sides, which I will blend here later. You don't have to, because I am going to die cut one of these balloon animals. So if you're going to end up die cutting, you probably don't need to worry about adding all the confetti. But if you're going to make this a panel and you want to blend some confetti on it, well, then knock yourself out. And I'm just using similar colors, honeysuckle, grapefruit. I brought in a little buttercup for a pop of yellow. Then lastly, rotate that stencil. Don't forget to rotate to finish out your little balloon animal. This is the last kick at the cat, again with honeysuckle on the top and then a little grapefruit on the bottom. And then you can see how certain parts of the balloon kind of overlap. And so those little parts get darker, and it gives you that illusion of the translucent balloon. I love that. I love how that looks. The overlap is really the magic, in my opinion. Okay, so last little bit of confetti here, even though I am going to end up die cutting one of these balloon animals, but I just wanted to show you what it looks like. Look at these kind of translucent balloon animals. Okay, now here's my cards. I did the jumbo, I did the background, I did all the sentiments and in between. You can see here for this first card, I did the jumbo balloon animal out of sea glass ink. I die cut it and popped it up onto that grapefruit blended background. I added the yay speech bubble and the happy birthday little sentiment strip, couple enamel dots for fun. Now here's one where I did the background of the smaller balloon animals in rainbow. Then I added rainbow sentiment strips, happy birthday party animal. And that is the introduction to the Party Animal stamp set, Party Animal dies, and Party Animal stencil pack.